Oh my gosh, that ending was brutal. And it ended on a fucking cliffhanger! Great. Hi guys, welcome back to the Charming Analysis podcast, and welcome back to the first podcast of 2025. I wasn't expecting this one to be our first one, but I'm happy we are making it our first one. I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And today we're going to be talking about the long-anticipated Season 2 of Squid Games. Bitch, it's been forever since we've, watched Squid Games. The last time we did a podcast on it was back on Season 1. And I'm pretty sure that was, our first season of the podcast. Let me see. Ignore the little thingy right there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure first season is when we did Squid Games. If I remember that right. Actually, no, it was not Season 1. I think it was Season 2 then.
It was one of the earlier ones.
Yeah, it was one of our earlier seasons. Trying to find it. Yeah, it was Season 2 of our podcast. But yeah, so basically, as you can tell, that happened a while ago. So if you do want to watch us talk about the first season of Squid Games, go to our Season 2 playlist. It'll probably be near the bottom of that. But anyway, since we've technically already talked about this series, normally if it's a series we've already seen, we don't really need to do a recap. But because this came out so long ago, we kind of need a little bit of a refresher for those who don't know. Do you want me to say the refresher, or would you like to, honey?
You can say the refresher.
So basically, if you don't know what Squid Games is, Squid Games is basically a Korean game where a bunch of contestants are gathered into one area. A lot of them are in crippling fucking debt, and they all compete with each other to see who can win all the money. And if you're wondering how this money is accumulated, you basically have to end up getting yourself killed to be a part of the whole thing when it comes to the cash prize. So basically everyone competes with each other until there's only a few people left. And then once that happens, you can get your money and go home. Is essentially what this is. So this one, Season 2 takes place 3 years after the original season. Season 1 took place. So this is 3 years later. So 3 years later, I'm just going to call him 4, 5, 6 just to make it a little bit easier on us. Mm-hmm. And you can somehow get into Netflix now.
Yeah,
are you fucking kidding me?
Netflix.
After we already finished it?
It's okay, whatever.
That's a cool background, though.
We watched it.
Yeah, but anyway. So we're just going to call him 4, 5, 6 just to make it easier because all these names are confusing. And it took us forever to find a version with subtitles. So for reference, we're calling the winner of Season 1 4, 5, 6. So 4, 5, 6 basically is trying to shut down the Squid Games because from what you recall from the first series, everyone he interacted with in that season got fucking killed. So he basically wants to end the game once and for all so that way no one else has to suffer what he suffered. Mm-hmm. So basically that's the gist of what's going on here. So he basically decided, let's go into the games again and try to kill him from the inside. Mm-hmm. Is essentially how this goes. So what did you think of Season 2 of Squid Games? Because this was a lot better than I was anticipating it to be, in my opinion. So what did you think of it, honey?
I thought of it as a decent enough follow-up. There was things in there that felt
kind of forced.
I just didn't really care for them. And the games consist of I'm gonna be generous, say 2.5 episodes.
Yeah,
the actual games consist of is in 2.5 episodes. I guess I just wasn't really interested. I feel like their catalog for as many characters is a lot, way too many, and I think because because the fact that there wasn't enough games to put like these characters in like different scenarios
like
and
the
stuff,
first one did.
It made them a lot less memorable to me.
Yeah, because the first season was like 10 or so episodes, while this one unfortunately was at 7.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 3 less episodes than last time. So I'm assuming they had to kind of cut out a decent amount of stuff. I don't know what they originally decided they were going to do with this season, but it's basically coming in at 7 episodes, which I'm genuinely surprised on. Even though they only made the games be like 2 of the episodes, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, we actually get to have different perspectives in this season. We kind of get to see the cop guy who basically killed off... Well, he attempted to kill off his brother, who was the front man, which is... I think that's what they called him in the game.
Mm-hmm.
The front man. They basically brought him back to be like, look, I want to avenge my brother, and I want to get to the bottom of this as well. Let me be a part of this. He was kind of more on the outside of it, trying to kind of help 4, 5, 6 figure out this whole thing. In general, I like that in this season you kind of get some outside perspectives about what's going on while the games are going on, because I feel like you can kind of get a little bit more of like...
That's what I liked about the other one.
I didn't care for
this. I didn't care for this task force plot that they were trying to do.
Which is fair. I get that. One thing I will say about season 2, I do like that we get to have some new characters to kind of bond with, since pretty much everyone else kind of died off in the first season. So the only recurring characters from the first season is 4, 5, 6, the cop guy, the front man, and all his other minions, pretty much. No one else has pretty much survived from the first one, which is also understandable because of how they ended it. And for the record, from what I actually looked up, they weren't planning to do more for Squid Game. They just wanted it to be a one and done. But the director was like, okay, fine. You guys want more? We'll give you at least 7 episodes. And, which I still find crazy that we actually even got a sequel to it because of how successful the first series was. So what is something about... So besides the fact that you don't like that you were so immersed in it compared to last time, what are some other things you liked about Season 2? Because I liked that we actually got to see the characters rise up against all the pink masked men.
Mm-hmm.
Or women, I don't know, because some of them were women. I'm just going to call them masked people just to be a little bit more inclusive. I like that we actually got to see them trying to fight back, which no one has had the balls to do until now, which I'm genuinely surprised at. Like, what about you? What do you think?
I liked the mother and son duo. I thought it was pretty funny that they both got into the games to pay off each other's debt.
Which I still find crazy.
Or mainly to pay off his debt, because his mom entered thinking she would pay off his debt, and then he entered trying to pay off his debt. I thought that was funny.
I liked those guys as well. I also liked the pregnant girl. She turned out really good in this series. The trans woman also was amazing. I was genuinely surprised we actually got a trans woman in this one. I kept seeing so many edits of this person, and I actually thought it was just people's headcanons, but when I found out that it's actually canon, I was so happy. And she's a fucking badass, if I do say so myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I also liked Thanos. We're going to call him Thanos because he has the purple hair. I actually liked Thanos. I thought he was genuinely funny. He was a bit of a bully, though, which is one part of him I don't like. But other than that, I did think he was a cool dude. I did not care
for Thanos.
You didn't like him at all?
I'll tell you right now, I did not really care for Thanos that much. That
man, legit, was high off his fucking rocker on pretty much for half the fucking series, which I'm genuinely surprised that he snuck in. He literally had a cross necklace and snuck in, I'm assuming it's some kind of narcotics. I think some people were saying ecstasy, some people were kind of saying heroin, but we're just going to call them drugs. We're just going to
drugs.
Which are good and which are bad. Drugs. Why did he have so many drugs?
I don't know.
But yeah, that was definitely something I was surprised at. No, we decided not to.
No, we're not going to watch Squid Games the challenge.
We're not doing that. Personally, in my opinion, I don't know why they decided to do that. My mom actually saw that series.
like the fact that they made, like, these fucking games now that want to emulate fucking Squid Games. Miss the fucking commentary, which is pretty much, you fucking losers who are poor are basically like, we're gonna make you fight for money.
And then these guys are basically doing it like Survivor.
And doing it for real.
And it's like Survivor.
The people don't understand the irony anymore. But you know what? I guess it was good enough concept for TV. I guess. Whatever. I'm so mad. I'm so mad that that's what the whole world took from Squid Games. I guess because people could not resist. But whatever. I'm so mad. That's what I'm mad about, honestly, about the series existing. I'm just mad about that.
That's like one thing we aren't going to review. No, we're not going to review the challenge one. I don't know why they decided to do that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Anyway, I literally told my mom that season 2 of Squid Games actually came out. She's like, are you actually serious right now? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, damn, I need to watch that. Anyway, back to us reviewing it. So, I guess, what did you think of the fact that 456 decided to go back into the games again? Like, what's your thoughts on that? Because I'm genuinely surprised that he decided, hey, let me go after everyone in the thing again, but I'm going to do it to basically get everybody to get out of there alive. What did you think about that?
What, like him?
Him, like, going back into the games just to get everybody out. I feel like that's a genius idea, but at the same time, because of the way the last season ended, I'm genuinely surprised he came back. What do you think? Hello? You are lost in thought.
I don't know. Maybe it would have been stronger to be as an anthology.
You feel like this would have been better as an anthology?
Because then he brings the whole task force plot into it, which I don't care about. So maybe it would have been better as an anthology.
Which I can also kind of see. Like, I think that would be an interesting idea to make it an anthology. I'm surprised they didn't go with that route. Like, honestly, like, that could have been better. But for what we did get, I do feel like they did good with what we got. I'm just surprised they made it 7 episodes. At first I was like, how are they going to fit all this into 7 episodes compared to the 10? Turns out they really didn't. They basically did. They did the first challenge from the first season. They were supposed to do the other challenge, but they ended up not doing it. And then basically they decided, let's go to this little Rainbow Road looking shit and just fucking do little mini games to get everybody to, like, pass and stuff. I'm genuinely surprised we got that. What did you think of the new games that they had in this one? I liked the games that they had in this one. The ones in the first season are iconic at this point. But I do like that we actually do get some new ones in this one. I feel like it's kind of different. Like, what do you think? Do you like the games in this one better or the first season?
I like the first season games. Honestly, more better.
I can see that. Because personally, I liked both, but I will admit the second season kind of had more stakes with it compared to the first one. I'm just genuinely surprised that they were actually trying to kill it from the inside out. And the fact that 456's friend joined into the games this time, and he spoilers for those who haven't seen it, he basically gets shot and killed in front of his friend. Which, I'm genuinely surprised they did that. Why are you looking at
I don't
Netflix?
know, I'm just looking at stuff. Leave me alone.
So, here's my other question. what was your favorite, actually, I need to rephrase that. What did you think about them showing the pink soldiers in this? I feel like that was kind of an interesting twist to kind of see one of the people that was doing the killing and stuff, like their perspective. I thought that was actually genius. I'm surprised they didn't do that sooner. Like, we got to see, like, the inside of the halls. We got to see the inside of, like, their little living quarters throughout the whole thing.
We got to see that beforehand when the guy was, like, being a... We got to see that beforehand in season 1, though.
I do not remember that.
We did, because a guy infiltrated the thing.
Fair point.
That was, like, a whole arc of the first episode.
That's true.
It was like a whole...
That's very true.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess another thing I do want to ask. What did you think of the ending of this season? I feel like
I knew it was going to end on a cliffhanger, so it doesn't really shocking to me. The thing about it is, whenever you, like, lower the, like, a seat's numbers, it's probably either for budgetary reasons or intentional, and they want you for part 3 or part 2.
Technically a part 3 because it's going to be season 3.
Yeah, they want you there, and I'm like, okay. So I know it ain't going to be a full season then.
So I am curious to see what they are going to do next, because I saw a lot of different, like, theories. Someone was apparently doing a theory where they were going to make season 3 basically be a spin-off of it in America, which I don't really see either that working out or why they would even do that in the first place. I feel like that'd be kind of dumb. But from what we did see, because there was a little after credits scene, like a very short after credits scene in the end of season 2. And basically it's 2 dolls, and it looks like a very intense version of Red Light, Green Light, which I thought was also kind of crazy. But definitely for me, the end of season 2 was fucking brutal. I was not expecting... I actually thought that they were actually going to infiltrate them. I thought we were going to get them infiltrating them. Then again, why would they make a season 3 if they were going to do that? So I kind of had a feeling they weren't going to do it, but I was still... I already knew the guy was going to be the front man, but I'm surprised. Why would you be in the games for that long? Just to basically show that, hey, you fucking lost, bitch. Like, that I'm still surprised at. What did you think about that?
What do you mean?
The fact that the front man joined the games for this one.
I thought it was a tactic, and they weren't going to... Obviously, they weren't going to kill him off.
Which I know that, but like...
I guess...
What? Say it.
I guess it was, the whole season was alright. I think I just got bored through, like, some of it because it kept going back to some plots that I just didn't care about.
Also, the fact that because we didn't really have Netflix like we did when we first watched the first Squid Games...
I don't care about watching stuff in subtitles. I really don't give a shit.
It took me forever to find a subtitle.
I really don't care. I'd rather watch probably subtitles than dub.
Maybe. And I get that. Like, it depends on how they're doing it. But all the dubs I did find, they all had the same voice, and I feel like that was kind of dumb. But I'm glad we actually got to see it in sub. I feel like it was a lot better than what we saw the first... Did we saw the first one in sub the first time? I don't remember.
Saw it dubbed.
We saw it dubbed? Okay. I was just curious because it's been a bit. Because I'm pretty sure we did that one in 2021, I think. So it's been like 3-4 years. Which is absolutely insane. Okay, so I guess another question I have for you would be, what do you think of for season 3? Do you feel like it's going to live up to the hype? Do you feel like it's...
I don't care about hype. I just care to watch it.
So are you still going to watch season 3? Because I definitely am.
Sure, I'll watch season 3 to get it over with. I don't know. I just, you call me like, are you enthusiastic about stuff? I'm just like, I just want to be good. I just want to be good. I don't care about being enthusiastic about a lot of things.
I get it.
Entertainment.
But yeah, I am happy we finally got to watch this. I kept seeing so many people talking about this, and I'm so happy I finally got to watch it with you. I guess what's something that you hope for season 3? I hope we get an actual conclusion, and I actually hope that 4, 5, 6 actually gets rid of the fucking Squid Games. I feel like that'd be a good ending, in my opinion. Because I'm not gonna lie, him watching his friend get killed in front of his face, that broke me a bit. That broke me quite a bit. What are you doing?
I'm just looking.
Yeah. My goodness. But yeah, that was fucking brutal. I'm genuinely surprised that even happened. I actually thought they were going to conquer something and then we were going to have some kind of alternate ending or something, but anyway. Do you have anything else to say about it before we give a rating? Because for me, I do feel like this does live up to the hype of the OG season. Did we need a season 2? Not really, but I'm glad we did get one though, because it concluded in the first season. But I do like that we actually get to see what happens after and stuff like that. I'm gonna give my rating. I don't remember what I gave season 1. You're gonna have to look at the review for that one.
I think I gave it probably a higher rating than what I'm gonna give it. So,
which I'm not surprised, because normally when it's like another season of something, you kind of give it lower because it ruins your expectations, and then you end up being like, I wanted it to go this way, but it went this way. Blah 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 blah.
I just find some of the plot lines boring. So,
which I get, and I'm not mad about it. But I get where you're coming from, though. Like, I can understand where you're coming from. But I don't remember what I gave it the first time. Do you remember what I gave it the first time?
No, I don't remember.
Because it's been so long.
No, I do not remember your ratings.
I still can't believe that this came out, like, the first season came out, like, 3 years ago. That's still fucking crazy. Like, maybe 4 at this point. 4 years, something like that. I'm gonna give season 2 of Squid Games, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's decent. It does have some, like, off-topic, I guess, plot lines compared to the first one. I will admit, the whole task force team, I don't really think it's going anywhere. Like, the only thing that made it interesting was the captain stabbing that one guy, so it makes me notice that, hey, this is fucking happening. But other than that, the fact that the task force, I feel like, wasn't really necessary, but at the same time, I feel like that's the only way they're going to arrest them, is if you have a task force. I did like the characters in this one compared to the first one. I liked both characters that we did get to interact with the first season and this one. I don't know which one I like more. I think they're both good. But yeah, other than the fact that, one, this took way too fucking long to... and I hear you, Pancake, I know. I know, you want me to end the podcast, but I gotta finish the ratings. But yeah, other than the fact that it took so long for the season to be made, but it's justifiable, and the fact that we do actually get more to it compared to the first season, even though there's less episodes, I still give it a 7.5. I had a fun time with it, personally. I liked it. I just wish there was a few more episodes and that we actually got to see more of the games. Other than that, I still thought it was good for what we got. But yeah, I give it a 7.5. What do you give it out of 10?
I give it a 6.
You give it a 6?
Yeah.
I am excited to see what they do for Season 3. Supposedly, we're supposed to get Season 3... mid-2025 is what I did look up, because apparently they were simultaneously filming this season and Season 3 at the same time, so I'm hoping we won't have to wait as long, because I'm still upset that we still have to wait. We waited so long for this. But I know, Pancake, I'm rambling, I know. But yeah, like... I do recommend going to give this a watch if you did like the first Squid Games, and if you want to see a continuation of it, I do think it's good. And I do hope that Season 3 is just as good as these. But we'll see about that. Anything else before we sign off?
No.
Alright. Well, that's going to be it for this podcast, and this is our first one for 2025. Hoping for this year to do some more memorable podcasts and hopefully some better ones. Because I had a feeling a lot of the ones we did last year sucked, and hoping this year we do some better ones. Right? Anyway, that's going to be the end of this podcast for everybody. I'm Mari.
And I'm Jay.
And we're out. Happy 2025!